Well, hey guys, welcome to the One Life Church podcast. And Brett and I are here, and we want to kind of give you guys a little bit of a preview for what we're calling season 2 of the One Life Church podcast. And what we've done for the past, 16 weeks, which is crazy to think about.
Has it been 16?
16 weeks, yeah. We did 16 straight podcasts, is we have talked a lot about things that are kind of internal to One Life Church and talk about things that are going on either inside of our building or what we've taught about. And we want to kind of continue having those conversations because I think they're important and people seem to be enjoying them. But ultimately what we're trying to do is with our next series, which we're starting this coming Sunday, it's called Build. And the tagline is Changing the Story of Your City. Brett, can you give us a little bit of an outline about this series?
Yeah, the series itself is, we have a value statement, and one of the things of our 12 values that we try to focus on, we have, since we began as a church, was we don't just want to build great churches, we want to build great cities, both locally and globally. And so we want to, my goal in it is, number one, that people would understand what it even means when they say that, and when we say it. And then the other one is that they'll be able to see themselves in it. They'll actively participate in that. And because there's a whole lot going on that often goes unsaid or is not known by the average person in the seats out in the congregation. And so we want to change that. I want to get it to the place where we all can have a get it factor and then can actively participate, because there's a lot of really cool things happening. So that's the goal of the series, and then it's going to take place. But what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to start with your own individual life and heart, and then we're going to go all the way out to building cities locally and globally. So it's going to be a little longer than also some, because it's going to take a while to do that.
Yeah, which is exciting. I was reading the titles. You had the titles listed out through most of the series. Yeah, I was reading through yesterday trying to figure out who would be good guests for certain days. And what our goal is for this kind of next phase, this next season of the podcast, is to get some people from the Evansville and Henderson communities and surrounding areas and talk about some of the things that are actually going on in these communities, and either how we already are partnering with them, because there's some places that we are, or how we can, or how other people can kind of just know what's happening inside their city.
Yeah. Some of you may remember this. I forget which year it was. It was very soon after we started One Life. There was the big news report that came out about Evansville, that it made the list of most miserable cities. Yeah. And I remember we had a lot of internal talk about, we wanted to consider that like a target on the wall to say, that's not going to be us. And we're going to work on things like that. And not just our church, but people that we know out in the community that saw that as this target on the wall thing. And we've been working very proactive to that. And a whole lot's happened in the community in the tri-state since then. And what I was always hoping to do, I wanted to use the podcast for a number of things, but one of the things was to report that stuff, because a lot of people don't know the good things that are happening out there. We want to make you aware of that, so you'll know that we don't live in one of the most miserable cities, not even close.
Right. That's right. Yeah. So we're excited to be starting that next week. So we're going to be starting with some guests next week, and then throughout the series. And we hope you guys will join us in that. So we wanted to give you just a little bit of a preview as we're kind of preparing for that. So we don't have a full episode this week, but we wanted to take some time to say hello and say Happy New Year.
You're so thoughtful.
Wow.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, so we'll see you guys next week as we start season 2 of the One Life Church podcast.